Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy EtzMegaa back with another Undisputed video. Alright, so as you guys can see from the title of this video is about just boxing clean and just showcasing what the sweet science is and how it looks in Undisputed. So I'm using Sugar Ray Leonard in this fight. I'm fighting against Terence Crawford, and the guy I'm fighting who's using Terence Crawford is currently the #1 ranked player in Undisputed. You guys might have seen in my previous video I played him with Fury and he was using Wilder and I beat him. So this is the second fight that we had. So one fight was in his preferred weight class, which was heavyweight, and one fight was in my preferred weight class, which was in welterweight. Do make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Guys, make sure to hit that like button. If you're watching this video and you did enjoy the video, hit that like button. Comment down below for any other Undisputed videos you guys want to see in the future, and do turn that notification bell on so you never miss an upload. And yeah, let's get straight to the fight. Alright, so the fight begins. Like I said, I'm using Sugar Ray Leonard. My opponent is using Terence Crawford. So this is my preferred weight class, so I am used to fighting with Sugar Ray Leonard and quite a few other welterweights as well. But yeah, same game plan, centre of the ring. Just trying to outbox my opponent in the first round, see what my opponent's about. I already played in one fight in the heavyweight division, so I'm already kind of used to his playstyle, but I had a feeling he might fight different here in this fight, because we're using welterweights as well. There's no more heavyweights at this point. But yeah, I'm trying to keep the boxing as clean as simple. I just like to use simple normal punches and win the rounds. The best look is when you're completely outboxing your opponent with just normal punches, playing clean and winning the rounds. You're going to see a lot of that here, guys. You're going to see me just outboxing my opponent, landing the cleaner shots. To be honest, that was a nice body uppercut by him there, landed as a counter shot. But I'm just going to stick behind the jab, land that straight right here and there as well to the body. I've said this before, the body jab animation is really clean. I really like the body jab animation in this game. It works quite well in fights as well. Regardless of whatever weight you fight at, it works well. But yeah, my opponent's fighting pretty clean as well at this point, to be honest. Just trying to understand what he's going to do, because we're fighting at a different weight class now, so it's not the same thing as fighting at heavyweight. He tries landing that power body uppercut. He tried that a few times in the previous fight, but I already got that in mind basically, that he might try attempt that. He might try land that power body uppercut in fact. With the diagonal dodge, it's completely broken as well, so I need to stay away from that. But yeah, so far the fight's going quite well. Power body uppercut by him. I'm just trying to find angles and move out the pocket a little bit so I can find that right range and distance to land my shots. But the first round comes to an end now, on to the second round. So the second round begins, pretty much the same game plan. There's still a good amount of rounds to go, so I'm just going to start to understand what my opponent's going to do. I'm going to carry on outboxing. I knew I won the first round. So from this round onwards, look at that. Look at that nice combination, 2 counter shots. Because when I land the first one, the second one automatically goes in. Just using that jab effectively. I don't want to back up and just run the whole fight. Like, that makes it so boring. I don't want to just back up and let my opponent chase me the entire fight and I'm just picking off shots and just running around the ring basically. I don't want to do that. Not even running. I don't want to just back up the entire fight and not put pressure on my opponent as well. I can back up but land counter shots all fight as well very easily. But instead I want to decide to put pressure on where I can put pressure and actually win the fight as well. But you guys can see here, I'm going in at times as well. There we go, nice counter shot to the body. By the way, guys, I wanted to say as well, just before I forget, that I want to face the top ranked players on the PS5 side only in Undisputed, because I currently only have the game on the PS5. I have it on the PC as well, but I don't play it much there. But yeah, if you're a top ranked fighter, if you're a clean boxer and you're a very skilled player on the PS5 side of Undisputed, I want you to drop a comment in the comment section of this video and let me know why you want to play, and if you actually want to run a game. Win, lose or draw, I will upload the video. I just want to kind of test myself and play against the top players in this game a lot as well, just to kind of see how well I can match up. It's going to be interesting to see how many matches I can actually end up winning against all the people I end up playing. But yeah, back to this fight. Still kind of outboxing my opponent. I definitely feel like I'm landing the cleaner shots by the look of it. But yeah, this round's coming to an end quite soon. Going on to the third round. Nice little counter shot right there, just to finish off the round. Alright, so round 3 begins. Same thing here, kind of just boxing my opponent, seeing if my opponent changes anything up. But at the same time, I'm going to apply a bit more pressure in this round. You guys can see my stamina, by the way. I've got so much stamina left for the rest of the fight. You can always kind of get an understanding of who's winning these rounds just by even watching how many punches are thrown, who's throwing the more accurate punches, who's landing more shots. That was a nice little double jab there. I'm making sure that my stamina is kept at a certain level. Look at my stamina in this round. I've got more than enough stamina for the rest of the entire fight. Like, I might not even go into flat-footed movement at this rate, basically. I tried landing that power uppercut to the head. Just missed. Double jab. Still just boxing. It's always about just trying to see what your opponent can do, making your opponent miss. Once you're past the first 2 to 3 rounds, you can kind of get an understanding of how your opponent is going to fight for the rest of the match. But a lot of the times as well, if you're playing a really good fighter, if you're playing a really good opponent, they can adapt well. They can switch up the fight even in round 4, round 5 completely. Adapting is key in this game as well. Everyone should know how to adapt in this game. Like, if you're in a situation where you're fighting someone who's a constant pressure fighter, someone maybe who's using Canelo and completely pressurizing you the entire fight, you should understand that if you drain their stamina early on, if you land body shots, you make them miss a lot of their shots as well. They waste their stamina. If they're throwing power shots, that's just basically a bonus for you, because by round 6 they'll be in flat foot movement, potentially even the end of round 5. And that's where you can just take off as a fighter and you can win the entire fight if you box accordingly. But yeah, so far the fight's going really well. It's going in my favour for sure. My opponent's playing pretty well in this match as well though, but I feel like I am landing the cleanest shots, to be honest. Round 3 is coming to an end. Now on to round 4. Alright, so round 4 begins. You guys can see the predicted scorecard. 30 to me, 27 to my opponent. I'm just going to carry on boxing. I'm definitely going to up the pressure in this round now, because I need to show my opponent that I can potentially end up winning most of these rounds. My aim is to try and win every round, basically. When I go into these matches, I want to win every single round. If I can't win every round, I try and win at least 6 or more rounds. But yeah, that was a nice counter shot by him. Keeping that jab going. I'm starting off the combinations with the jab. I'm also trying to circle around a lot so I can open like that counter window, and I can get those counter shots in then. Nice little body shot. Those counter punches do a lot of damage. Like, if you can line up 2 of them properly back to back and then you get 2 or 3 normal punches in, like a full-on combination, a lot of the time they just end up stunning the opponent. Nice little power right hand there. Look at that combination. It's a really nice combination. You just got to mix it up. You've got to mix up a lot of these punches. I'm just trying to close that distance. I'm trying to measure the distance correctly as well, to be honest. Like, you can see exactly where my fight is placed. I move in the inside, I land my shots, then I make my way back out of range so my opponent tends to miss his. The blocking actually does feel a bit better now, I'm not going to lie. The hit detection is obviously still a major problem, the tracking issues and all of that stuff. But as of now, the blocking actually feels pretty good. You can actually block punches now. That was a nice body uppercut by him. Round 4 comes to an end. Now on to round 5. Alright, so round 5 begins. Another thing I was going to ask you guys, right, was if anyone's been playing ranked recently. I don't know what this is. I don't know why this happens, but every time I load into ranked, I try to search for a fight. I want to know why the waiting time sometimes goes above 15 minutes just to load into one match. Like, I try 2 different weight classes, 3 different weight classes. Sometimes the loading time takes a good 10 minutes just for a match to load in. And then on top of that, it might just be a complete waste of time, because I'll load up, wait 10 minutes for a fight, the fight loads up, my opponent ends up quitting after like 5 rounds. Yesterday, imagine I played someone, yeah? This was actually one of the craziest fights. I wish I'd recorded it, but I didn't end up recording it. I was playing my opponent and he opens up a cut in the second round. I was using Fury, I think he was using Deontay Wilder. I had a cut open up in the second round, and that cut started progressing. Like 3rd round it went to the 2nd stage of the cut, 4th round it went to the 3rd stage of the cut, and there's still 4 rounds to go, so I need to understand that I can't get hit on that cut anymore. I ended up knocking my opponent out, like knocking him down, sorry, like 4 times, right? And then he just ends up quitting. He couldn't get up on the 4th count, so he just ends up quitting. That was one of the best comeback fights I've had for so long in Undisputed. Like, that fight was just, I was going to lose to Dr. Stoppage, basically, simply. Like, there was one more stage for the cut to progress to, and then I would have lost. But my opponent literally ends up quitting after I knocked him down 4 times before he can get that cut to the 4th stage. Seriously, like, that's what my point is, basically, about just waiting 10 minutes for a fight, load up into a fight, box 6-7 rounds, opponent just ends up quitting after getting knocked out. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm waiting for that December patch, that December update, wherever it is. I really hope the quitting glitch gets taken out of the game completely, and the hit detection and tracking issues, wherever it is, it gets sorted out. Because this stuff has really been ruining the game, and it's ruining the game at the moment currently as well. So let's just hope that December update is going to be a really good one. But yeah, round 5 comes to an end. Now on to round 6. Alright, so round 6 begins, and guys, just take a look at my stamina. That's the exact amount of stamina I needed in this round of the fight. Now basically I can do exactly what I want. Like, I'm not going to flat-footed movement. Maybe in round 8 I might get into flat-footed movement, but at this point I'm not going to be worrying about that. Right now I just want to kind of up the pressure definitely in this round and the future rounds as well of this fight, because the fight is kind of looking one-sided. My opponent is fighting pretty well, but so far I feel like scorecard wise, well, I mean, we'll be seeing that around 7 anyways. But I've kept the boxing very clean. I've landed barely any power shots. I use power shots as well, but I only use them when necessary. That's the thing. So when I'm fighting someone, right, and they give me a complete opening for a power right hand or any sort of power shot, I'll land that power shot. Sometimes it lands as a counter. It might drop my opponent without there even being a stun animation. So I do use power shots as well, but I just use them accordingly. And as of now, power shot spam has just been nerfed as well since this recent update. You power shot spam, by the 6th round you're in flat footwork, and that's it. Your opponent just takes the fight by just knocking you down 2-3 times because your stamina is too low. And that's the way it goes basically. So power shot spamming, I mean, people still use power shots a lot. I've seen people use about 70 power shots in a fight and stuff like that, but the fight never really goes in their favor, because by the end of the fight, stamina is completely drained. But yeah, I need to keep an eye on my head health as well, to be honest. I didn't realize in the fight that my head health was on red and it was that low. So another hook could potentially just stun me and my opponent could get a knockdown. But if you guys are watching the video up to this time of the video, up to this part of the video, do make sure to comment down below and let me know that you watched up until this time. And if you're watching further till the end, it means a lot to me, guys, the support you guys have shown recently on all my videos on my channel. I will be bringing out more interesting Undisputed content in the future as well. Now on to round 7 of this fight, guys. So you can see my opponent ended up winning the 6th round, but I've been winning all the other rounds of the fight so far. So I've got enough stamina left for the rest of this fight. Now I'm just going to completely up the pressure. I'm going to take the pressure up. I'm going to walk my opponent down. I think he's in flat foot movement here. Yeah, he is. I think he's in flat foot work here. So he's slowed down a lot in this round, and he's going to slow down even more in the next round. So this is where I can just pick off my shots, look for those open spaces to land those punches. I've got to see where my opponent's not blocking as much and where I can get the better shots in. But yeah, basically this fight's going completely my way. That was a nice body uppercut. See, I could easily just back up, let my opponent walk me down, even though he's in flat footwork. And I could easily take the fight and take the win, but it's not interesting like that. I like to make the fights as interesting as possible. It looked like he stunned me there, but I ended up stunning him and I got the knockdown. So he did end up getting up from that knockdown. That was only the first one. And he's pretty good at getting up from knockdowns as well. If you guys saw my previous video, I played him. I knocked him down quite a few times and he did manage to get up as well. And obviously he knows about taking knees in the fight as well, that you can do that. You can take 2 knees in a match in Undisputed, in order to kind of get your health back and come back stronger in that round. But yeah, so far the fight's just been going really well for me. I feel like my opponent's in flat footwork. I'm picking off my shots. I'm boxing clean. Got a knockdown as well in this round. Stunned my opponent again. That was a really nice combination, and he got knocked down for the 2nd time now. But my opponent did end up getting up from that 2nd knockdown, and the 8th round begun as well. So this is the final round of the fight. I don't want to get caught with too many unnecessary shots, but I do want to just walk my opponent down here and land those body shots, land those head shots, and try to get maybe another knockdown or two in this round. But as of now, I don't want to get too greedy as well, because you never know with this game, man. I could just get flash knocked out. You never even know, to be honest. That right hand is dangerous though. I need to stop that from landing. My head health's on red again. If that right hand goes in a couple more times, I might just get knocked down. Nice combination. That uppercut was something else. That uppercut was something else, seriously. My opponent ended up getting up from that third knockdown. But yeah, I'm not going to lie, he's been fighting quite well as well. He's definitely trying to get those combinations in, those punches in. But because of his stamina being drained, I feel like he used a few power shots too early on in the fight. That kind of messed up the fight for him. But he did land a few nice counter shots during the fight as well. "45 seconds left of this fight. That was a nice double diagonal dodge with a body right hook. I'm just trying to stay in the pocket at this point. There's only 30 seconds left. I just want to get as many punches in as I can. Just setting up different types of combinations. But yeah, the fight's coming to an end. There's only 10 seconds left of this fight. I'm looking for an opening. I want a knockdown here. And I found one right there. That uppercut again. The same uppercut. That's a deadly punch. That was a great finish to the fight for me, to be honest. But yeah, he's going to get up from this knockdown easily. He's got up many times before in the previous fight that we had. So he's going to get up easily from that. But yeah, the fight's come to an end, I believe, as well. I think the timer was up. Yeah, that was in the last 5 seconds of the round. So the fight's come to an end. And you guys can see I did end up winning the fight. Respect to my opponent as well. That was a pretty good fight. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Do make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below and let me know any other Undisputed videos you guys want to see in the future. Do make sure to turn that notification bell on so you never miss an upload as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.